he's out as a New York Giants quarterback. It's funny because I'm trying to look at Russell Wilson's stat sheet and see if there's anything that's super glaring. But I think it's...
You mean outside of the 450 yards that he threw against the Cowboys last week?
Well, I'm saying to bench him. That's one of those reasons why you keep him. And that's the trouble with Russell Wilson. If you just look at the stat sheet, he's been a winner. He was certainly a winner in Seattle. He hasn't been a winner, he wasn't a winner in Denver and Pittsburgh. He won some games, so it kind of goes back and forth a little bit on that. But overall in his career, 121, 80, and 1. So you go, okay, well, the guy can win football games. And then you look at his yardage. Well, he completes a lot of passes. His completion percentage, outside of this year where he's throwing 59% of his passes complete, he's been mid-60s pretty much the whole time. He throws some interceptions, but not a ton. Mm-hmm. He gets sacked quite a bit. Yeah. The problem is, I think it's just everybody's over Russell Wilson. He's so hot and cold, right? He takes sacks at the wrong time. I don't need to tell Seattle fans that. Yeah. I probably don't need to tell New York Giants or Steelers or Broncos fans that. But if you don't watch him all the time, you don't realize his unique ability to time things out poorly. Mm-hmm. He also throws interceptions at terrible times, but he also throws touchdowns at incredible times. As he was trying to come back against the Cowboys a couple weeks ago, they brought it up. They're like, here's Russell Wilson with an opportunity to continue on his record of the most fourth quarter comebacks ever.
Right?
He's very good and very bad.
Very good and
at
very
the
bad.
same time.
Yes.
Which is what makes him so confounding. So my curiosity is just thinking about his career. A lot of people talked about his legacy. My big question is, do you see him again? And he's still on the roster. And if I was the Giants and I heard a Giants fan this morning mentioning that he was going to be their backup, which seems like a terrible idea. If you're not going to play him, cut him.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't that feel like the move?
Make Jameis the backup.
I know you have to sit on some money, and you have
I'm
to.
sure the Cleveland Browns could use another quarterback.
Can't they always? But there are plenty of injuries out there. You've got Minnesota that I'm sure could probably go and try something. They've got Carson Wentz in there now, so maybe he's your answer.
Well,
You've got
another
Jake
question
Browning
is, after this weekend,
got,
should Carson Wentz supplant J.J. McCarthy?
Well, I think that is definitely a possibility, and I've got more to come on that in case you missed it. But there are all kinds of reasons to go out and get Russell Wilson if you didn't just bench him. But there's no reason to keep him if you just benched him. But I just do not see him being the answer to anyone's problem. I see how people talk themselves into it. But man, if I was the NFL, you've already got a relationship that doesn't work on a personal level. Yes. Nobody seems to really like Russell Wilson. Yes, he gets out there and he shows flashes of the guy that won a Super Bowl. Well, Sierra, I know she should be fine. And if she makes one threat, learn something from Tom Brady. If she makes a single threat, just retire. Don't be stupid. You've got one good thing going for you, and she seems to like you.
Yeah.
And I don't know about her kids or what's going on there. I know they're not all yours, but dude, you got something going. It might be time for Russell Wilson to make the decision to ride off into the sunset, but I don't think he makes a lot of good decisions. So I don't count on him. He made one.
He made one, yeah.
But
Mr. Unlimited.
It might be time. Has a league ever done that? Where they've said, we've decided that this player and our entire league we've agreed to part ways. You can just do that.
You're not going to like my answer.
What's that?
And I think probably half of our country or our listeners are not going to like the answer. Colin Kaepernick.
I don't think they agreed.
Yeah.
Well, I think
the league agreed that they were done with Colin Kaepernick.
The league has agreed many a times, and many people age out. Russell Wilson still seems to have enough magic in his arm in spots. Mm-hmm. I think it may be the best thing for him and for the NFL to mutually part ways.
Maybe he goes to someplace like Carolina to back up like a Bryce Underwood and
Bryce Underwood
him. Or Bryce
Young.
Excuse me. Goodness. Yeah. Bryce Underwood. Maybe Michigan too. Whatever.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think he's eligible to go back to Michigan.
No, he's
unless
not.
you listen to the firm. Then
Well,
I don't know. Maybe
you can just pull a Connor Stallions and put on some glasses and a mustache.
What's the Chad Powers?
Yes, there we go. Exactly.
There.
Exactly.
If anybody was going to do that,
it'd be Russ.
you know that it would be Russell
It would be
Wilson.
Russ.
All right, with that, we go to In Case You Missed It. In case you missed it, Shohei Ohtani is getting some grief. The special rules allow him to play both pitcher and designated hitter without taking an extra roster spot. Has stirred some controversy. Some rival teams are starting to complain that it's an unfair advantage. I don't know who is making this a controversy. It's one person. I'm sorry the guy the Dodgers are paying more than your entire infield is good at baseball. Please shut up.
Yeah. And the boo, again,
yeah, I know. It's
not
for
the
me.
joke.
I
for
know
the
it's for
sentiment.
me.
It's for the sentiment. Just come on. We're banning the shift. We're banning the tush push, and now we want to ban one guy that is good at two spots.
I saw.
Get better.
I saw a headline that pointed this out, and then I went, "That can't. This is just probably some like fan site, some team blog or whatever."
Probably Mad Dog.
No, I read deeper. There's multiple. There are a lot of anonymous sources complaining that it's not fair.
A lot of people are saying.
In case you missed it, rookie defensive lineman. Speaking of two people in one body.
There we go.
In case you missed it, rookie defensive lineman Desmond Watson, who weighs 449 pounds, the heaviest player in NFL history, has signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad after successfully meeting the team's fitness targets. Dude, good for him. If you weigh as much as a piano and you can meet the fitness targets of a professional sports organization, hell, if you're 450 pounds and you can meet any fitness targets, this is amazing. Good for him.
Very good, yeah.
I want to see this guy.
Well, his fitness targets are fitness pizza in his mouth.
You know, that's how he got to 449 pounds. I want to see this guy on the field playing and just eating up offensive linemen. That would be fantastic. Former New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees has joined ESPN's First Take for the remainder of the season. He will appear on Tuesdays to discuss every NFL game. Awesome. Another reason not to watch First Take. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, especially if he's going to be Molly Karam's replacement.
I don't think that's the case, but yeah, you get rid of Molly, you add Drew Brees.
Kind of a trade down.
It's that whole show is a trade down.
Yeah.
And I imagine now they probably have to talk about the NFL, or I'm sorry, WWE in between NFL stories.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole thing with ESPN having to talk.
Well, because they just had the WrestlePalooza on Saturday.
Which, come on, give me a freaking break. They interrupted college football to tell me about Triple H's arrival for WrestlePalooza, and I did not watch college football the rest of the day. I was like, you know what? There's none of these games that I care about. I switched to the Mariners game anyways. But you know what? I'm like, if you're going to do this in between highlights, I'm done with college football for today. And there may have been good games. I couldn't tell you.
I was very interested, though, to see the John Cena Brock Lesnar match. I had that pegged on my schedule, and then I just didn't watch it and didn't care.
You made the right decision.
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell was non-committal about J.J. McCarthy's future job security after the ankle injury, suggesting the young quarterback needs more time to learn the position despite essentially redshirting a year already. Sounds like somebody is fishing for a trade offer from the Cleveland Browns. Hey, we've got a quarterback over here that's not good enough to play in the NFL. You want it? Can I get a third-round pick? Come on.
Got that one and Russ.
Come on. Mike Gundy, the second longest tenured FBS head coach, was fired by Oklahoma State effective immediately. This news breaking today after the team started the 2025 season 1-2. Oregon State. I hear you might be looking for a new head coach. It'd be the perfect incentive to get Oregon to play another Civil War next year. Bet they'd even chip in. No?
Well, I guess it would be another laugher, wouldn't it?
Ooh, I tell you, that game was maybe the biggest ass kicking I'd ever seen. Oregon Ducks would be like, yeah, we'll help you hire.
Yeah.
You want a little money? We'll toss you a little.
Sure.
Toss you a little NIL money out of the pool.
And the thing is, and it was delightful every bit of it, too.
Oh, boy. And you know what? Congratulations to Oregon for helping get this guy fired.
Exactly.
Unfortunate thing is he will end up with another college football job, and we will hear him again. But maybe his ego will shrink even just like a modicum. Just a teensy little bit.
Yeah, wish in one hand and S in the other.
Who hires him? Where do you think he does he? And I don't mean like which school specifically. Right. Does he get a group of 5, group of 6, whatever it is? Does he end up playing in the Power 4?
I think he'll still stay in the Power 4, but it's definitely going to be a step backward.
So like Northwestern or Nebraska after they fire somebody, or
well, they still got Matt Rule. They're okay with him.
Know. Who's Rutgers, Maryland? No, they're playing well.
Maybe he doesn't have to take a step back. Maybe he goes to Florida after they fire Billy Napier.
Do you think he gets a job in the SEC or the Big Ten? Because I mean, let's be honest, ACC and Big 12 are second tier.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think even a bottom team? I don't think he does. I mean, he has. He just got fired from a Big 12 job. If he can make a lateral move and stay in the ACC or the Big 12,
he's going to stay in a Power 4 school.
I don't know. We'll find out. To be determined. With that, we move to the Daily Buzz. That is next on Happy Hour. This is 105.1 The Fan.
Top headlines, trending topics, and trivial matters that got our attention. It's the Daily Buzz on the Fan Happy Hour.
The Buzz.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Seattle Mariners are playing against the Colorado Rockies tonight. You get Bryce Miller on the bump against McCade Brown. McCade Brown for the Rockies is 0-4 with a 9.17 ERA.
He's so bad they still don't even have a headshot on ESPN.com for him. He's made 5 starts.
It's not good. And he's 0-4 in 5 starts.
Yes.
And the whole thing.
He has not gone more than 4 1/3 in any of his starts.
No, this is a must win for the Mariners. Not because the Mariners need the win. They don't not need the win, but it's a must win because you have to sweep the worst team in baseball. They're historically bad. They have 43 wins. There are 6 games left in the season.
Mm-hmm.
They have 43 wins. They better not to get to 44 in the next 3 days at T-Mobile Park. This is absolutely essential. You've just come off of the greatest series in regular season history for the Seattle Mariners, possibly.
Well, at a series that counts anyway like that.
It counts. It's the team that you've been trying to beat. They have won 7 straight division titles. You've not won a division title since 2001. The Mariners have been knocking on the door. They have beat the Astros the last 2 years. Going into this season, it was still the team they needed to eclipse. They go into the series 5-5 tied up. You need to get that series to even lock in a spot for the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just winning the series, you sweep the series. You do it emphatically. You cannot lose a game to the Rockies. It is essential. Couple things.
Do you care to take a stab at the Rockies' run differential on the season?
Oh, I've looked at their run differential. If Patrick Harris brought it up on the firm, it's because I brought it to his attention.
He didn't.
It is negative 404.
Yes.
On the season.
Which is 200 runs worse than the second worst team.
The Rockies are terrible. So that's
200 runs worse.
the first half of the must-win part of this scenario is simply you are playing the Rockies.
Yeah.
The second part of it is after playing the Rockies, then you play the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers are still playing for playoff positioning. I believe they already clinched a spot into the playoffs, so it's not getting into the playoffs for them. But the Padres also clinched a spot. They beat the Brewers yesterday, so beat the Rockies because they're the Rockies. That's the first part of this.
Yes.
Second part of it is beat the Rockies because you have to play the Dodgers.
Yeah.
The third part of it is today you can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Yankees win over the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
You are counting on the New York Yankees to beat the White Sox. The White Sox should lose for the same reasons the Rockies should lose.
Yes.
If you want to be a playoff team, beat terrible teams. So that can happen tonight. Tomorrow, you can clinch the American League West with any combination of wins and Astros losses equaling 3. So if you win today, tomorrow, and the Astros lose, boom, there you go. So that's what you need in the next couple days. Thursday, you can actually clinch the AL's number 2 seed and a bye in the AL Division Series. And by doing that, you would essentially have home field advantage for the first series in the divisional series. You need to sweep Colorado to do so, and you need at least 1 loss by the Tigers in their upcoming series versus the Guardians, which is also for the division. So very much like your series was against the Astros. So a sweep can not only clinch you a playoff spot, it can clinch you the division, and depending on what happens in other games, can clinch you home field advantage for the divisional round.
Oh, hey, now.
Thank you for that.
The Buzz.
Seahawks had a nice win over the weekend. You and I didn't get to talk about that yesterday either, but
yeah.
the Seahawks absolutely stomped the Saints.
Yeah, mollywopped them.
That game was over with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Quickly.
It was pretty terrible. I want to bring to your attention something that you may not know.
Okay.
Do you know
I probably don't.
Do you know who had the highest pro football grade at their position in week 3?
Sam Darnold.
Sam friggin' Darnold.
I am the smartest man alive.
You are clearly picking up the cues that I am laying down, leading to you someone that is not probably your first pick. But yes,
My second choice was Reek Woolen, but I don't know.
It was not Reek Woolen. Reek Woolen had the lowest grade on the defense again. But you're playing without 3 of your primary secondary players in that game.
Yeah.
And Reek Woolen probably wouldn't be starting if those 3 guys were in. And instead of falling apart, you absolutely looked outstanding.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold.
Saints make that pretty easy, though, too.
Sam Darnold has not looked great to start the season, but Pro Football Focus seems to love him. He is getting grades of near the top for the season so far, which is absolutely fantastic. You look at some stats. We just talked about Russell Wilson. If you look at his stats, you're like, that's a pretty good quarterback. You'd like to have a guy that's throwing for 450 yards in a game.
Yeah.
Another guy that kind of does it to you, Geno Smith. Yeah. And you look at Geno, who is right now 2nd in the league in passing yards.
Oh, boy.
He's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And you are doing 1. You have a quarterback that is getting the pro football. I think this is probably just a targeted campaign from Pro Football Focus to get me to pay $24.99 a month or invest in the full year for $119.99 a month, and you can get it for $9.99, and it's what a deal. So
save 18%.
No, you're saving much more than that. You're saving like 60% by going with the full year package over paying my per month. I think they're just trying. I think this is just a marketing campaign. And can I be honest? If your marketing campaign was, look who the top performer is for the entire NFL, and just put your team's guy for every position, and then go, you want to see the full list? You want to see where the guy you just traded away is? Because I'd love to see the Pro Football Focus number on you. You want to see the guy that just got just $24.99? Just give us a credit card. We'll automatically renew your subscription every month.
Good times.
Yeah, great times.
Great times.
Good buzz.
3 games, 3 fumbles for Derrick Henry. It's not great, but the Lions looked real good, especially in the closing moments against the Baltimore Ravens yesterday. So Monday Night Football ends 38-30. 7 sacks of one Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot against statues.
Yeah.
He is not that. He is very, very fast. The defense for the Lions looked real good, especially when it mattered. The Ravens, do you know who their next opponent is?
I believe I do. The Kansas City Chiefs.
This is quite the start to a schedule. We'll give you Buffalo. We'll give you Detroit. We'll give you Kansas City, all within the first 3 weeks of the season. So good luck there. I appreciate you guys coming out to play.
And the loser of that game starts the season 1-3.
It's all very, very exciting. It's quite the start. With that, let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed.
Well, Mr. Anderson, this update brought to you by Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. A great spot for any occasion. And don't forget, you save 10% on your Butcher Shop order when you dine in. Menus and more at laurelhurstmarket.com.
Yum.
Yeah. Oklahoma quarterback and Heisman candidate John Mateer set to have surgery tomorrow on a broken bone in his throwing hand. He suffered that injury in the first quarter against Auburn on Saturday night. Ooh. The procedure expected to be pretty straightforward. He should miss about a month. Mateer did finish the game, however. He threw for 271 yards and a score in the Sooners' 24-17 win over the Tigers. How heartbroken is Patrick Harris about his golden boy, the former Coug, missing some time and possibly hurting his Heisman chances?
Well, there's a little word that you snuck in there that does not make it as sad for Mr. Harris, and that's former Cougs quarterback. The other thing was, did you see the touchdown pass that he threw?
I didn't, sorry.
The SEC has come out and said, yeah, we missed that illegal shift. It was the old, I'm pretending to walk off the field, which is illegal to use the substitution process as a decoy in a game. So they have already said that play should not have stood. There was also a fumble return that wasn't a fumble return because it wasn't a fumble that everybody's all upset about at Auburn. So that game, a little bit of controversy. So that's what you get for cheating, Oklahoma. You cheat. We break your quarterback's hand. Hey.
More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Luke, don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. It's Tuesday on the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson.
You might not want to let your children watch this.
Time for play-by-play back.
Gary Newton is the greatest corn dogger ever.
Real game calls, real reactions, and one big question.
Is that a corn dog in your pocket?
Oh yeah. That's my practice dog, sorry.
Talk to me, dirty corn dogs. drive starts at the 21, down by 4. Handoff to Henry, and he gets it punched out. It's recovered by DJ Reed. Knocked out on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
That there, Joe Buck on the call on ESPN last night when Derrick Henry fumbled for the third time in 3 games late, and the Ravens lost to the Lions. It was a 38-30 final. Luke, the Ravens at the Chiefs on Sunday. Do you see Henry coughing up the ball again? Do you see the Ravens getting a win? Hey, that rhymes almost.
Again, win? Sounds like it rhymes.
Are you saying again?
You said it.
Well, I said
Don't
again.
tell.
I said again.
Well, then
again,
you did.
Win.
Well, yeah. Well, if you saw the italices on there, you could have
Well,
emphasized
I did.
it.
This is like saying
Your first time reading through it.
This is like saying Dora and the Explorer rhyme.
Explorer. Take some creative license.
Thank
Why
you,
are we
I
having?
ju-
Why
thank
are we
you, I
having
just-
this argument?
Thank you. I just did.
What's your question? What's your question? Is Derrick Henry going to keep fumbling? Boy, I hope not. Because if he does, he will probably just quit. Did you see the tantrum that he threw on the sideline after that fumble?
Yeah, no, I did not. I wasn't
Woo,
paying
he
much attention
walks
to last night's
over
game.
and slams his helmet down and then
Yeah.
throws his devastated little body over on this thing and
He's not
just
used to fumbling, man.
I'll tell you what, he is not used to failing, and fumbling is the biggest fail you can have as a running back, especially a power back that is in there for the tough yardage. He's not always getting the most glamorous role when he's out there, but man, he went full toddler tantrum after that fumble. So for his sake, for the Ravens' sake, for the viewers' sake, I hope he stops fumbling the ball because that was hard to watch. The other question about will they win against the Chiefs have not been great to start the year.
No.
Their offense has been very inconsistent. The one thing that they have been pretty good at is playing defense, especially on the defensive line. And if you're not going to block anybody against the Lions, I don't know why you would figure out how to block people against the Chiefs. 7 sacks of Lamar Jackson last night.
That's a lot.
I don't think that the way that they're planning things, you have one of the best running backs in football. He is not doing anything near what he did last year. You have one of the best running quarterbacks in football who's getting sacked all over the place. So I think that there may be a real problem with the offensive line for the Ravens. I trust the Chiefs. They have gone 4-1 against Lamar Jackson. They have won a lot of games against the Ravens in general. I believe that game is being played in Kansas City.
I think you're right.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs on that one.
Good snap. Good hold. The kick is on the way. The kick is good! The kick is good! And Andre Schmidt from 55!
That was Fox's call of Andre Schmidt's walk-off 55-yard fourth-quarter field goal. I'm still mystified at how the way they spell his name comes out, Schmidt.
I was the same thing.
But anyway, to secure the Browns' 13-10 victory against the Packers, Luka Rama. This weekend, the Browns traveled to Detroit to take on the Lions. Do you see the Browns bringing their magic to the Motor City?
Well, Detroit looked pretty good last night. They looked very pedestrian against the Packers, who just got beat in that clip by the Browns. The Browns have had the toughest schedule through 3 weeks. They started with the Bengals, Ravens, Packers. They looked like they were destined to go 0-3. They fought pretty hard against the Bengals when they had Joe Burrow, because last week didn't look great with Jake Browning back there.
No.
But they played them very tough. They kind of got whooped up on by the Ravens, a division opponent. So you go, okay, well, let's just write off the Browns and Joe Flacco, and they've been a laughingstock the entire offseason. Then they come back and beat the Packers, who looked like the best team through 3 weeks.
People were talking about the Packers in the Super Bowl.
I do not know what you're going to get from the Browns. I don't know what you're going to get from Detroit, but if you just went common opponent, Browns beat the Packers, Packers whoop up on the Detroit Lions, that would make you suggest that the Browns will win this game.
Are we going transitive property here?
I'm not stupid. No, I will take the Lions in this one. They barely got past the Packers, who looked awful. So I will incorrectly pick the Lions because it's obvious that they will win.
So here are the Bears, a little flip to Swift, trying to get a flea flicker. It's way up there. Williams recovers, throws a seed, has a man. It is caught for a touchdown. Luther Burden's first in the league.
That is Fox there with the call of the Bears' flea flicker touchdown. Ben Johnson getting creative as he and Caleb Williams, they get their first win of the season. They beat the Cowboys convincingly 31-14 next Sunday. The Bears heading to the Las Vegas Strip to take on the Raiders. Lukester, do you see the Bears getting victory number 2 this week?
So the one thing, Caleb Williams has looked pretty good. He had a great game on Sunday. Looked very good in that game. This season, he's looked okay. I've already trashed the Bears probably enough. I was supposed to apologize yesterday. My brother begged me to, and I kind of did, but I kind of half-heartedly did it. The one thing that I was looking at that they're doing well, though, is also forcing turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been effective at forcing turnovers against not Geno Smith, how effective do you think you can be against actual Geno Smith? The Raiders are trying to put together Frankenstein's monster of the Seahawks teams that were meh, which is not the best strategy. You got Junior Marshawn Lynch.
Is Russell Wilson there next year?
You know what? I don't think Russell and Pete had the best relationship considering he is the one that traded him away in favor of Geno Smith. But you know what?
No, let's just blame John Schneider for all that.
If Geno gets hurt and you bring in Russell Wilson, that I would absolutely love. So if the Bears are indeed, and if my research is leading me to the correct conclusion, the Bears can turn over their opposing team. Geno loves giving the ball to the other team, especially in the red zone. I think this means the Bears are going to be on a win streak.
Oh.
Joshua Carty has it blocked again. This time Jordan Davis, the big man, looks for the icing on one big cake. Eagles hang on.
Again, there on Fox, that's the call. The final play between the Rams and the Eagles. What could have been a game-winning kick for LA turned into a block, scoop, and score by Jordan Davis and the Eagles. Philly, terrible in the first half Sunday, but found a way to win, 33-26. Luke, the Eagles are 3-0, but did they really look like it?
They are 3-0 because they are finding ways to win football games. This reminds me of what the Chiefs did last year. The Chiefs were blocking field goals at the end to preserve their undefeated record through most of the season. They ended up 15-2, if I'm not mistaken, last year, and had a Super Bowl appearance. Nick Sirianni is all of a sudden got my attention because he must have given either the best halftime speech ever or game planned his way out of what looked like an absolute wreck. Speaking of apologies I have to give, I hate giving apologies. I text a friend that is a Rams fan and said, man, are you going to even give them a chance after the strip sack on Jalen Hurts from his, what's the opposite of blindside? Sighted side?
Yes.
Runs right into Jalen Hurts.
From the front?
Drop backs. Yeah, it is. It's from the front. He's just standing there and just gets lit up by Verse. I believe it was Verse. And I'm like, what is going on in this game? I don't think the Eagles had gotten 100 yards and it was almost halftime. It looked like it was going to be an absolute trouncing. And I know the Rams were upset about losing in the snow last year and the whole thing. I was like, watch out for the Rams. As my NFC West brain turns on and goes, man, the Seahawks aren't this good. And then it went exactly the opposite way. And of course, they brought out the tush push, which I'm very much over that play. But I will give credit to the Eagles. If you can win ugly, they still count as wins. It's going to get easier. All of the old conversation around this offense isn't working that were coming up last year when they went on to win the Super Bowl are being resurfaced. If it works, it works. You just have to win the games. There are no style points. This is not college football. It is not a stupid sport. This is the NFL. The only thing that matters is wins, and the Eagles keep getting wins.
Fly ball, gap, right center field.
Double him up at second.
Victor Robles makes the catch.
Yes.
And that is the ball game. The biggest series win in a
right, we're gonna have to make this quick because we are up against it. And I'm not sure if anybody gets more excited than Aaron Goldsmith on a Mariners call. The game-saving catch by Victor Robles on Saturday night. Hard to tell if he's excited. No, it's not. But should we give it another listen from another angle?
Little flare, right center field, coming on Rodriguez, diving play by Robles, and they're going to double up Jake Myers to end the game. Myers was off and Robles.
So you can hear Goldsmith in the background of the opposing team's call.
He is yelling so loud. There are three things that I absolutely love. One, the catch. It was amazing. Even the camera following Julio. Everybody's watching Julio. Robles comes out of nowhere. Then he makes the catch. Goldsmith goes absolutely insane. And Jay Buhner's just sitting there going, double him up.
Yeah.
Just, hey, man, just get out there and just, he sounds like Matthew McConaughey. It's like, yeah, y'all should get in there and just double the guy up.
It'd be a lot cooler if
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. And then you get the opposing. That is from the Astros TV booth.
And somehow
you can hear Aaron Goldsmith Smith in there and just screaming like a lunatic. I wish I got a longer version of that call because he yells for a while. My favorite play of my favorite series that I've ever watched of the Seattle Mariners.
And somehow Victor Robles found a bat to throw still.
If he started chucking bats, I'd have forgiven him on that one. I'll tell you what. All right, we get to one more for the road. We do it next. Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan and The Fan Sports Network.
Relax, hot shot.
Welcome back to the Fan Happy Hour. We're about to wrap things up.
Maybe you guys like what I have so far?
Wicked woman, cool creams and misters. You gotta go spell me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
All right, Mr. Rust, we miss anything from the text toy or the YouTube chats?
Joel S. on the YouTube says, Russ will go in the Seahawks Ring of Honor, but not the Hall of Fame. Which, sorry, that's just... he's going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Listen, he was great for a big chunk of time. He played 14 years in Seattle and was awesome and won a Super Bowl. And there were moments, it's just sometimes if your ego can't get out of your way and you just keep chucking it down there thinking everything is going to turn to gold, you don't have the Midas touch. You think you do, and that leads to problems. So I can hear it.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, let's do... I need your help. I need your help, Mr. Rust. I asked you to please pull up the picture of what Nate Burleson was wearing on Sunday.
It's a lot.
I need you to take it all in. He had a yellow suit that was almost blinding to the television cameras.
It's a highlighter.
It is a highlighter and then some. But I also need you to pay attention to his sideburns and the part that he had cut into his hair.
Yes.
So here's my question, because I do not know. I either love or hate what Nate Burleson's going on. I don't think there's an in-between.
No.
Which
that's
is
fair.
it?
Very fair.
Which is it?
Or
could it be both?
To me, it is what he looks like to me is Walt Clyde Frazier meets Steve Urkel.
So I love it then. So I love it. It's listen. It's got me talking about it. That's his job, is to be compelling. It's on the CBS broadcast, so there's not much else going on there. Nate Burleson's pretty good on TV, man.
No, he's great. He does a great job. He really does.
And he's got the chutzpah to wear that, and I think he made it work. And I don't think Bill Cowher could have made that look work.
No, and I can't remember who it is, but somebody every week does a side-by-side comparison of the differences between Bill Cowher's suit color and Nate Burleson's suit color.
That works. All right, you've helped me decide. I love it. Good job, Nate. You look better than I do, which... You didn't need my validation on that. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Jeff Rust. Glad to have you back. And, of course, thank you, Isaac Rupp.